Scotland was a nation of gospel pioneers. People who carried the gospel in their hearts across the world.
And yet, here in Scotland, our nation is desperately needing to hear about Jesus.
1% of the high school kids have any church connection at all.
They have a whole bunch of adults in their life who are obligated to them in some way, but they don't get the sense that they belong or that they're wanted.
Anxiety and mental health issues, huge issues in that here in Scotland amongst our young people. If we don't tell them about Jesus, then I think who is going to?
So we need a model that starts by going where kids are, and that's what Young Life does.
Ultimately, what young people need most is someone to see them, to listen, to have such a desire to get to know them for who they are in the place that they're in.
Teenagers here are incredibly open when somebody walks into their life and gets to know them and speaks of Jesus in a way that they can understand.
In kids in Scotland right now, there's a longing to live, and they're seeking it in every way possible, just as they are anywhere else. They just don't know yet that that life is actually in Christ.
There's a great need to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, who wants to speak rest and hope and joy and truth and meaning and value and purpose into their lives.
To have a family, to have hope, to have a place to laugh and belong.
So the mission of Young Life is to introduce adolescents to Jesus Christ and help them grow in their faith.
When we have that opportunity to share that and to share that hope and to share the reality of what it looks like to know Jesus, and there is an openness to that. It is not a quick process, and it takes years of keeping going, keeping going.
We also have a great opportunity to take them to a summer camp here in Scotland. That's a place where we can have those deeper moments, those deeper adventures, deeper joys, and also they can hear more about God.
Young Life is for every teenager, and Young Lives is specifically for mums under 21.
I didn't know where I belonged, I didn't know who was my friends kind of thing. I was just kind of going with what I thought was right at the time. I found Young Life through social media. The leaders are just so welcoming. Like, we could speak to the leaders for days and days, months and months about any single problem that we've got. It's nice that now I feel confident enough to go up and not only face a fear, but to speak about God and to feel like I have a real connection.
I just long to see people here in Scotland joining with us and realising that actually there's a whole mission field on our doorstep.
Young Life is one of the ones that I think I trust to work with, and I encourage other pastors to do the same.
And I don't believe that God has given up on Scotland. In fact, I believe that now's the time that we can be gospel pioneers in our own community today. If you're curious or interested in being part of the support for Young Life in Scotland, then reach out today and let's talk.